Have you ever felt that the key to your happiness was just out of reach, hidden somewhere you could quite find? Maybe, like the characters in today's book, you've looked far and wide only to discover that what you were searching for was right beside you all along. Hello everyone, and welcome back to A's Book Talk. Today, we're diving into a classic of children's literature, but one with a surprisingly profound message for adults as well. Maurice Maeterlinck, The Blue Bird. Maurice Maeterlinck, a Belgian playwright and poet who lived from 1862 to 1949, was a leading figure in the symbolist movement. He was deeply interested in themes of spirituality, the subconscious, and the search for meaning in life. The Blue Bird, published in 1908, is perhaps his most famous and enduring work. It embodies his symbolist style, using fantastical elements and allegorical characters to explore complex philosophical ideas in an accessible way. Maeterlinck won the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1911. Messages in the literary of the line to the The story centers around two peasant children, Mytil and Tiltil, the daughter and son of woodcutters. One Christmas Eve, they are visited by a fairy named Breloon, who asks them to search for the blue bird of happiness. Breloon gives Tiltil a magical green hat with a diamond that allows him to see the souls of things. Suddenly, their dog, cat, bread, sugar, water, light, and fire are all personified and join them on their quest. Their journey takes them to many different realms. First, they visit the land of memory, where they meet their deceased grandparents. They are jovial and still living their life from when they were alive. When they are Next, they travel to the Palace of Night, a dark and mysterious place where the secrets of the universe are kept. Tyltyl, guided by light, bravely opens doors to reveal sicknesses, wars, and terrors, but is forbidden to open the last door, where the bluebird is said to be kept. They find only pale, sickly birds that die when exposed to the light. They also visit the forest, where they encounter the spirits of trees and animals. These are often hostile to humans, fearing they will be harmed. The children then journey to the graveyard where, on All Souls' Day, the spirits of the departed rise. However, instead of finding goals, they discover a beautiful garden filled with white flowers, symbolizing the fleeting nature of life and death. Symbolism, with views, the land of future is another key location, where unborn children wait to be born into the world. Here, they see all the potential lives and inventions that await humanity. They meet Time, the old man who controls the cycles of life and death. Here the birds are all blue, but the children aren't permitted to take them yet. Finally, they arrive at the Palace of Happiness, a place filled with earthly joys and simple pleasures. Here they encounter all sorts of personified happinesses, like the joy of being healthy, the joy of breathing fresh air, and the joy of family love. They find many bluebirds here, but none of them stay blue for long. They turn black or die when captured. Throughout their travels, Tyltyl and Mytyl encounter various bluebirds, but each time they capture one, it either dies or turns black. They learn that true happiness is not something that can be easily grasped or possessed. It's fleeting and elusive, constantly changing and transforming. When they return home, empty-handed and disheartened, they realize that their own pet bird, which they had overlooked, has turned blue. However, their newfound happiness is once again short-lived. A neighbor asks to borrow the bird for her sick child, and Tyltyl readily agrees. The neighbor's child is instantly cheered up by the bird, but when Tyltyl goes to retrieve it, it has flown away. In the end, Tyltyl asks the audience to help him find his bluebird, reminding us that the search for happiness is a continuous journey, one that we all share. So, what can we take away from this whimsical tale? The bluebird offers several important lessons about happiness and the meaning of life. First, it emphasizes that happiness is not something to be found in distant lands or material possessions. Instead, it resides in the simple joys of everyday life, in the love of family and friends, and in the appreciation of the world around us. Second, the play suggests that happiness is often closest to us when we stop actively searching for it. Tyltyl and Mytyl spend their entire journey looking for the bluebird, only to discover that it was in their own home all along. This highlights the importance of being present in the moment and appreciating what we already have, rather than constantly striving for something more. Third, the bluebird reminds us that happiness is fleeting and impermanent. The bluebirds that Tyltyl and Mytyl capture always die or turn black, symbolizing the transient nature of joy. This doesn't mean that happiness is unattainable, but rather that we should cherish it when it comes and accept that it will eventually fade. Understanding this ephemeral quality of happiness can help us better cope with life's inevitable ups and downs. Finally, the play underscores the importance of sharing happiness with others. When Tyltyl gives his bluebird to the sick child, he experiences a moment of profound joy and connection. This suggests that true happiness is not found in hoarding or possessing, but in giving and helping others. Maeterlinck's The Blue Bird is more than just a children's story. It's a profound meditation on the nature of happiness and the meaning of life. It reminds us to appreciate the simple joys, to be present in the moment, to accept the fleeting nature of happiness, and to share our joy with others. Perhaps the bluebird is a metaphor for perspective. Shifting our point of view can change everything. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of the bluebird. I hope this has given you some food for thought and perhaps even inspired you to look for your own bluebird of happiness right where you are. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Ace Book Talk for more insightful literary discussions. Until next, happy reading.